lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous. But I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate, bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Footage. We have some footage
Ghastlee
somewhere.
Ghoul spirited it all away because, you know, it made him look a little, you know.
Uh-huh.
So
Well,
he
we can
took
get
it.
it off of him. Yeah. we
Yeah,
can
well,
get
hey,
it.
we'll give him we'll throw a bag over his head and
Throw a bag over his head.
and take it so he doesn't know. Yeah, but why don't you tell the
But
folks at
Scary
home what
Camp,
we've been doing with
actually,
Camp?
Scary Camp was the 29th, 30th, and 31st. That was Memorial Day weekend. Or was it 28th, 29th, and 30th?
That
It was,
sounds right.
yeah. And it was Dayton's premier horror convention.
Yeah.
I had to express horror
Horror.
convention.
Yes, it did not take place up on the higher end of Kiwi or did the Dixie Strip.
Or
or
Third
North-
Main,
Third and
Dayton,
Main.
Ohio.
It
No.
was not in those areas.
And we had a lot of people come from all over, and we had,
Except for in Dayton.
yeah, that's it, man.
You know, but I'll get on that a little later.
I'm here with Reverend Billy Bob.
To Joe Bob Billie Jean,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it really doesn't matter.
That's right. If they call you anything, it doesn't matter.
Just don't call me late for services.
and his services go for a lot of money, too.
That's right, my friends. A good servicing costs you a lot on the street nowadays.
That's right. He's a procreator.
Yes, I am procreation.
And the brains behind Scary Cat.
Well-
And in retrospect, how did it go?
I don't know. I'm the Reverend Joe Bob Billie Jean.
Okay, but I know
I am here in Ghastlee's stead.
Yes, I know.
But I can speak on behalf of the event because I am just that pretentious. Let me say that I think this event came off very well. Everyone here had a beautiful time. A lot of people came down here to the convention center, the lovely Dayton Convention Center, and we had a glorious time. People were here all weekend meeting Brother Sid Haig, Kyra Sean, Alex Benson, all kinds of fantastic guests. Brother Andy Kopp was here, and he had a
Is
big
that the
event.
one with soul pollution? Is that the one that got him thrown out of?
I believe that.
Out of that college.
That
here?
was the one that he was unjustly chastised for, I believe.
Yeah, and he had some trailers too that he put together.
And he was probably persecuted for those, but he should be for those. And Soul Pollution, I love that film, my friends. All weekend here, we've had a glorious time going on. It is the beginning of a new generation here in Dayton.
Yes,
my
it
friends.
is.
No longer can you say there's nothing to do in Dayton. And if you're sitting here watching this on your dead ass and you know nothing about Scary Camp, you knew about it. You just ignored it, and you weren't down here, so you get what you deserve. I don't want to ever hear you say there's nothing to do in Dayton, Ohio again, my friends. Get off the couch. Get your dead ass up. As the Bone Jangler was said, put down those pork rinds and get down here.
Oh, yeah. Put down those pork rinds and send it to me right here. At the
That's right.
convention.
And smoke one of these. It's your Pretzel Deluxe. These are very expensive cigars, and they burn
You
a
can
long
actually
time.
smoke
though.
them? Okay. You can actually, yeah.
Anyway, Dr. Creed, you were talking, my friend.
Yeah, that's
please,
all right. No,
elaborate and extemporate.
Elaborate and extemporate. I've had a fantastic time at Scary Camp, and everybody I've talked to have had fun. The three-ring atmosphere was really fantastic. You could go to whatever venue you wanted to. You could get yourself made up by the Screaming Skull Effects Studio.
Our friend Jeff Crole over there,
yeah,
Screaming Skull
definitely,
Effects, my
yes,
friends.
yes.
He lays the hands upon the latex and makes the magic the way it's supposed to be. None of this computer-generated imagery that is there and the trickery to deceive the eye. No, my friends, he actually makes the magic happen right before your eyes and on your face.
And we had Reverend Zealot here.
The Reverend Zealot
Yeah,
was here.
yeah.
My blessed brother, the Reverend Zealot.
Yeah.
My God, I love it.
Yeah,
And he hates the CGI more than I do, I believe. But he believes it is a devil, it is a demon that should be kicked in the balls.
So is Scary Camp next year going to be on Memorial Day weekend?
We don't know that yet.
Not yet?
I mean, we have not prognosticated.
Uh-huh.
We have procrastinated,
Yeah.
so we have not procrastinated. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's we don't know yet.
We want to know if Curtis and Sarcophagi is going to be here next year.
Oh, I believe they'll be
Yeah.
back every time.
Every time.
Will you not? I believe you guys had a fantastic time, and you will join us here every time, will you not?
Amen?
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Rick.
That nod, man. I love that nod.
These boys are getting ready to take a 9-hour trip back to Baltimore. They came all the way here from Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Yes,
even
definitely.
a little farther. They have a long trip. Washington. That's what we say here in Ohio, Washington. It took them a long time to get here, and glory be, their butts were sore, but they were here, and they helped make the magic.
Yes,
Right.
they did. They made the magic.
You're not going to Roger Corman. Amen.
Amen. I'll do that. Amen.
No, not
Go rap. Hallelujah.
Not amen.
No.
Roger Corman, amen. Amen.
Amen. As you can see, we've had a lot of fun here at
Are we
Scary
silly,
Camp.
John? Are we stupid people over here? I think we're brain damaged. We are brain damaged.
Yes, we are brain damaged. Lack of sleep, too. There was a giant party all over the place.
And let me say one more time, the Church of the Presumptuous Assembly. That amuses John, so I say it for his benefit. All this will be cut out, I'm sure.
No, it won't.
No,
We never cut anything out.
Oh, no, yeah, that's right. Knowing your editor, I've seen that show.
Yeah, have you? Yes. And that'll even be on the show, too.
The bird is flying.
Yes,
I think that means that the magic is ended here. It's time for us to end this.
That's right. We'll end this.
We have legitimate people trying to get through here,
Right.
take care of their business. So we better move on with our day.
Our day. Our day will always come.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
Our day.
Our day. Okay.
Right, but you know, I heard that at Scary Camp, Dr. Creep, there was a lot of famous people.
Yes.
Besides you and me, of course.
That's right,
I mean,
yeah.
we were-
It was Sid Haig from House of a Thousand Corpses. He was really great. I
He
loved
was a
him.
nice man.
Yeah, I did an interview with him, too.
Did
by
you
the
do an
way.
interview
Yes,
with
I
Mr.
did.
Haig? Let
Yeah.
me tell you, Mr. Haig was a sweetheart.
Yes, he
But
was.
he could be scary.
Yes, he could.
He's a scary man. I mean, you know, he's like the sweetheart guy, but then he'd be like, ooh, ah, you know, kick you in the butt, fried chicken. And then you're,
Yeah, he was a loose cannon, but
Yeah,
I loved
he
him
could
dearly.
bust you in the
and,
ass.
and one of his favorite movies is one of my favorite movies.
which one is that?
The Cat People.
The Cat People, the original Cat People?
Yeah, yeah.
I enjoy the Cat People. What did you think of the remake with Nastasha Kinski?
Oh, I love that.
I like that
Actually,
one,
I took
too.
a lot of cold showers, well, because I rewound different segments of that
It's got
particular
that
motion
effect.
picture.
It's
Yeah.
true.
How much shock can you stand? Free $2,000 cash if you should die from fright while watching Women and Bloody Terror and Night of Bloody Horror together on the same program.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
It's a good
yeah.
motion picture. So, well, what did you do at Scary Camp, Dr. Creek?
Well, I tried to sell some of my
To your
movies,
your
DVDs,
merchandise?
what have merchandise, yeah.
Salesman extraordinaire. He'll kill you if you don't buy. So, so buy a shirt. And if you buy a shirt, or you buy a tape, or you buy anything on the table, he will take a picture of it. And then we'll hang it on the wall and throw darts at it.
Investor Shock Theater on Sunday.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
What's that?
Yeah, can I get your jacket?
Yes,
Look
yes,
at
it's got
this.
anytime, dearest.
Man, why are you taping everything, man?
See, she's doing advertisements.
Oh man, so that'd have made a great. I shot a video of all that. That'd have made a great
That would have
video.
been nice
I'd
to
have more
see
than
carried
good
out by
fun.
them. It's fun, okay.
Damn good video, Tom. Sorry you're dead.
But I really enjoyed meeting a lot of the people that was there. One of my favorite movies of all times is Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh yes, Plan 9 from Outer Space, the infamous Ed Wood Jr. sci-fi epic.
But the gentleman who played the cop,
The cop, yes.
Conrad Brooks, was there.
Oh,
You ask him a question, he would give you a mile.
Yes, he would.
And I did interview him. That particular interview probably lasted 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know.
It's something
And I
like
only
that.
asked him one or two questions.
Well, you know what, Dr. Creek? Why don't we show the people the highlights of that interview?
Conrad Brooks?
Conrad
All
Brooks.
right, let's show them that.
It's Conrad Brooks from your favorite movie and mine, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Let's check that out.
Friday.
We're back.
We're
He's
back.
back.
Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah, we're all back.
He never left.
What was your first motion picture, Glinda Glinda?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
For Ed Wood, yes.
Yeah, Ed Wood, yeah.
No, my first movie, I did it with the Bowery Boys.
The Bowery Boys, that was one of
Yes.
my favorite groups.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
Hunts Hall, Leo Gorsey, Billy Benedict, and they're all dead. Billy
Yeah, I
Hollow.
know, yeah.
And their first movie was about 1935 for Warner Brothers. Dead End. Great classic.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And then they made their Crime School with Humphrey Bogart, and then they did the one with Cagney, James Cagney. Really great films. Then later on they sort of dropped out. And
Yes, they did, yeah.
Billy went over to Universal, and he did a few pictures there. Not too many, but then he went into the service, Billy Hollow. And Hunts Hall and Leo Gorsey, they went down to Monogram. And from Dead End Kids, then they were called East Side Kids. When I worked with them, they were called the Bowery Boys, which I did Clip Wings and Jalopy.
Now, your favorite, actually my favorite movie is Plan 9 from Outer Space. Tell me about that movie.
How come you always pick the bad ones?
I don't, well, I kind of like it. It's kind of a cult thing.
Because of him, it got famous. He admitted it. It's
Yes,
his
definitely,
favorite.
yes.
So remember that. Don't forget.
Yeah. Well, it's such exciting people. It's of course, Conrad Brooks. He made the movie. There
I was in it as an actor.
There was Bela Lugosi till he died. And
Right.
Then,
Right, Bela Lugosi.
And then
He had-
Tor Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
And the big, tall vampire.
Here, my good friend, what'd you want to buy? Price
Oh, I
is cheap,
haven't decided
man.
yet.
Buy 'em all, yes.
Everything is reasonable,
Yes,
which hits you right.
Notice it.
Conrad Brooks, that's me, Bela Lugosi. They still didn't show up, kid. And
What time you got?
you hold it because time getting late.
What time?
It's getting late, yeah. No. It's about 25 to 2, I think, yeah.
Is it that late?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1:35.
Well, out of all the movies you've
Bring
made,
the camera back.
what is your what is your favorite?
All of them.
All of them?
Love movies.
There's movies,
Right.
yes.
It's hard.
You're a movie
It's hard
fan.
to say, you know, what's good with bad, because in every film there's something you're gonna like.
Yeah.
To me, I like them all.
So how many have you made all?
200.
200.
Yeah.
200 motion pictures.
Yeah, and bad.
You have them all for sale. You have a catalog, a Conrad
No,
Brooks catalog.
no.
We definitely need to
can,
have one.
Well, you can make me up one.
Okay, sounds good. Of all 200 films, we should have a Conrad
Or
Brooks
speaking
film
of Plan
festival.
9, why not?
Yeah,
We had the, in Plan 9, we had Tom Keene, who at one time worked with Cecil DeMille. Lyle Talbot was a major star on Broadway, and he became a big star for Warner Brothers. And it's sad, I mean, this is
And a lot of them are gone.
204, yeah, it's sad you're all gone. But it's too bad.
But you'll live on
feel
forever.
I doubt it. Don't count on it.
Your films will live on forever.
The films will.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, when did that start?
That started, let's see, Shock Theater started in 72, 3 years earlier. Science Shock Theater.
I thought it was like 69.
Yeah.
So you see, I'm working with legends.
That's right.
You're only
And this is a legend here, okay?
You're only as good as your script. Your script is good, it makes you good.
That's right.
If you work with a good cast, that makes you good.
That makes you good, too.
You work with legends, you become a legend.
So this is going to be a good interview. I'm working
Really?
with a legend, yes. I love this man, okay? and I want...
See, I could be his father.
I don't know about that.
That's stretching it a bit.
Hey, but it was a pleasure talking with you, Conrad. You know,
Listen.
if we had hours upon hours, I'd have him tape.
Listen, kid, this is not the end. I want you to come back.
All righty.
With this man, I mean, it's my first time, and it's a pleasure. And
It's my pleasure.
wonderful audience out there, and hopefully you'll enjoy this. And we'll be back here next year. And
Definitely.
We'll be back
Yeah.
next year. And if you didn't make it this trip, we'll expect you to be back here next year.
That's right.
Wherever you are, please come down and see us.
Especially Conrad Brooks. This man's a legend, okay?
The legends. Great
Thanks,
guy.
man.
Listen, thanks for putting up with me.
Yeah, that's all right. I'd put up with you all the time, okay?
Man, this guy's a trooper.
Hey guys, we're back from that. That was a pretty long interview.
Yes,
with Mr.
definitely. As I
Conrad.
said, you only had to ask him a couple questions
And
and
he
just
said-
sit back and he'd tell you everything.
Yeah, I remember I've met Conrad Brooks at other conventions I've done over the years, and I have two memories of Mr. Conrad that stick with me the most. One was at a Monster Bash many years ago, I believe in '99 or '90, maybe 99, and we were sat at the table next to Ray Harryhausen, and behind us was Conrad Brooks. So there was this huge line for people to meet Ray Harryhausen. Ray Harryhausen, for you people at home, master animator, more
Sinbad movies.
Sinbad movies,
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans. I mean,
Yeah.
you did stop motion animation, which you don't see enough of anymore.
That's true. I missed that.
big
Yeah.
time. But so there was a huge line to meet Mr. Harryhausen because he's a hero to a lot of people. Conrad, never one to miss an opportunity to make a few bucks, had a box of packages of M&Ms, and he was going through the line selling
M&Ms
to the people in line for $1 a piece.
I could see him doing that. Yeah.
Man, Conrad sold out the whole box.
The
whole
and made a small fortune.
A small fortune.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. And then my other favorite memory of Conrad, besides obviously Scary Camp, was at the Chiller Theater Convention in 2001, which is the biggest convention on the East Coast, maybe even in the country. He was at, and he was, selling his movies. Now, he's made some movies with some naked babes.
This is Ironbound Vampire. That's a very good one.
Yes, that's true.
He's made some movies that would be...
Beach Babes from Beyond.
Exactly.
Yes,
He's
definitely.
made a lot of these softcore, booby shaking sort of...
definitely.
Excellent art films, as we would
Yes,
call
they
them.
are art films. Yes, yes.
And he's trying to sell these movies. He's saying, hey, and you've met, man, you saw the interview. He can, the mother can sell.
Yeah,
right?
he can. Right, definitely.
So this little kid, about 8 years old, is looking at his table and just like looking at those movies, and he starts trying to sell the kid the movies. And he's going, "Hey kid, you wanna buy that movie?" And the kid's like, "Oh, I don't know, man, I don't know." And he's like, "Well, why don't you get a poster?" And he unrolls a poster of, like, Beach Babes from Beyond or whatever,
right,
these buxom women.
Yeah.
And the kid's just looking at him, terrified. It's one of the funniest things I ever saw.
Tales of the Bizarre.
I remember about Conrad Brooks. Friday night at Scary Camp, 45 and 22 did an interview with Bob and I, the Ghastly Ghoulie, but they were also going to do an interview with Conrad Brooks.
Oh,
and they were going to try to get him to do only 30 seconds.
Little did they know.
Oh, yeah, right. And then he said to the lady that was interviewing us, he said, how about 45 seconds? She's like, we need to keep it to 30 seconds. And he came on, and they couldn't hardly get him off.
10 minutes later.
Yeah, about 10 minutes later, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
He's something else, man. He really is.
He is.
He always makes use of an opportunity here, an opportunity there. Yeah,
yeah.
I like him a lot.
Not one to miss the opportunity for self-promotion, and he always promotes himself as Conrad Brooks, star of your favorite movie and mine, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
And that's one of my favorites. Yeah,
it is. It's a great movie with the pie tin flying saucers.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of people there. There was the Trow lady from Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah. Did you get to talk?
No,
to her?
I didn't get to talk
Kara
to her.
Shawn?
No, I saw the Trowels on the table and everything.
Yeah, there's Kara Shawn played the little girl.
Yeah, she did. Yes,
yeah.
And also Heinzman.
Bill Heinzman.
Bill
also
Heinzman,
from Night of the Living Dead.
That was the Graveyard Zombie. Yes, I've got one of his shirts. Actually, it's a
stole it
small.
right off his back.
Yeah, yes, I did. Yeah, I think
he directed a zombie movie as well.
Yeah.
Called The Flesh Eater.
The Flesh Eater. Actually, I'm going to see The Flesh Eater very soon.
Yeah, that's
here.
a different Flesh Eater. That's the one we showed on our show.
Oh, is that right?
The Flesh Eaters.
Yeah. Okay, the Flesh
You're
Eaters.
gonna see.
But there's one called Flesh Eater.
Flesh Eater.
And then the
No
Flesh Eaters.
Exactly.
Okay, so, don't confuse the two movies.
Yeah. Did you you didn't get to talk to Heinzman, or did you?
Yeah, I did. I interviewed him at Cinema Wasteland.
Cinema Wasteland, but not at Scary Camp.
Not at Scary Camp, no.
The actor Sid Haig will win the contest. I'm going to eat whichever one wins. And the one that loses too.
But I'll tell you a guy I did interview, and the thing is, I actually was in competition with his brother, Martin Sheen, when he was with Fairmont East. We did dramatic declamation and humorous declamation. There were several different speech contests around the state, and I competed against his brother. That was Joe Estevez. Joe Estevez is one of the nicest. He actually wanted to interview me, and that was really strange. I think I have that on tape because he said, "I'd really like to interview you." I asked him approximately how many movies he's done over the years, movies that he has been in, and he was also in Babes from Beyond.
That movie is I think was a little bit of a theme for the weekend.
Right. And then he was in Dana's last movie. I forget what the name of it is now. The one that was on Different Strokes.
Oh, Dana Plato.
Yeah, Plato. He was in her last movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said he really enjoyed working with her, and that she was a consummate professional. I did an interview with him. He was just getting ready to leave, and he says, "Hey, I'll do an interview with him." We sat down at the table, and we talked for several minutes.
You got a good interview.
Joe's a really nice guy. Yeah. And they were going to have like a cookout on Memorial Day. He and his brothers and
that's
entire
right.
family. They're from Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, most of the Estevez family is from Dayton. I'm friends with one of the Estevez cousins, I believe. I know from college. So.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed talking. So we're going to finish this interview. You're from Dayton, Ohio.
It's right down here at the bitter end.
Yes, at the bitter end. Yes.
As the lights are fading.
It really isn't a bitter end with this man here. When did you do your first motion picture?
Oh, God, 1974.
What was it?
A movie called, it was a TV movie called Pretty Boy Floyd.
Pretty Boy. I saw that. That was a great flick. You played Pretty Boy?
No. I played E.W. Floyd, who was his brother, and it was the first time I worked. It was cool because I auditioned for the producer. So my brother got me in the door.
Is that right?
And Michael Parks and myself and my brother played the Floyd brothers. So it was a great introduction into film.
So how many motion pictures and TV movies have you done?
About 120 films.
120 films?
Yeah.
You beat my uncle. You beat my uncle. Okay, no, okay.
Yeah, well, that was before independent films,
That's
right?
right,
So,
yeah.
And gosh, at least about 30 TV, and I do a lot of voiceovers also.
Do you? Do you do animation, or what type of voiceover?
I am just doing my first animation movie in July, but I do voiceovers for different products and different causes and such. So. And every year I seem to be doing a little bit more, and I enjoy it very much. Voiceovers.
Now we don't want to be very crass or commercial. Not be commercial, okay?
But then again,
there are Soul Taker, Silent Scream. Okay. All right. There we go. We've got all his stuff here. Zombie.
No, that's not mine.
No, that's not zombie. Okay, no. We've got a lot of zombie movies, so we're going to get you in a zombie movie yet.
If you see this, this is a terrific movie. I hadn't seen it in about 15 years. I saw it today. Murder-in-Law.
What's it?
And I play a kid who his mother, I think, is in Paris, and actually she's been in the insane asylum for 10 years, and then my children start disappearing, and my wife and my maid, and so it's a pretty good movie.
Now you worked with Dana Plato in Silent Scream.
Yeah.
Was she going through all the things she went through before she committed suicide during that the filming of that movie, or?
First, it's up in the air. Did she commit suicide, or was she helped by that friend she was with? But she was such a gentle soul. And she was such a vulnerable lady, I mean, one of those women that you just wanted to hug and to protect, you know? And it was marvelous working with her, acting with her, because she was just right there.
It took her mind off a lot of things.
But she was so immediate, that acting's reacting, and just, I'd done about 4 films with her, So we became very good friends, and it shocked everybody. James Chen, the director, he cried. I mean, he loved it.
He's a nice man.
He really is, and he too he's got a very gentle heart. I want to ask about you, Dr.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if you viewers out there know this, but The Good Doctor and my brother Marty Sheen came up together, and he competed with my brother Marty Sheen, but this was before he was Marty Sheen. He was then known as Ramon Estevez.
Yes.
And they used to compete in
speech events.
Speech
he was
events.
with Fairmont East, I think.
And now, where were you from?
I was from Middletown. I was with the Middletown team.
Middletown. And now the Good Doctor was one of the champion speakers, and my brother could turn a word pretty good himself. And
we competed against each other.
And sometimes my brother got the best of the doctor, but more than often, the doctor got the best of my brother. So I know that for a fact. So I tell you, this man's got the gift of gab.
Definitely. It's really a pleasure interviewing you. What do you got coming up? You got anything on your plate now?
I got to go back to. Well, I'm doing a movie called the House at the Corner in Chicago. I started on June the 11th, and then I'm finishing a movie in Chicago called The Lost Girls. Chicago is so busy this time of year, and then I'm going right over and I've started 2 movies there. I finish them: Lost Girls and Voices from the Grave.
Voices from the Grave.
Voices from the Grave, which
you like doing a lot of horror movies and things like that?
Here's the thing. Of course, I enjoy them, but horror movies. I mainly do independent movies.
Yes.
And horror movies.
And you do a great job on everything.
I love you. I love this guy. And horror movies, by their very nature, are universal. Horror plays well everywhere. Comedy, it even plays hard in the United States, you know.
Yeah, true.
You know, drama, you know, action and horror play well everywhere. And so, by that very nature, I end up doing a lot of, 50% of the films, I think, are horror films. But, man, it's incredible. I mean, there's some very innovative minds out there.
Yes, they are, yeah.
And some really, you know, a lot of great scripts and coming from all over the country.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
are, yeah.
You know, I mean, you find...
We've got a lot of good producers and directors here in Dayton, Ohio.
Take you, for instance. I tell you, you know? Yeah. Now, you've been in this business, what?
33 years as a horror host, yeah.
33 years.
And my uncle had the largest traveling monster show in the nation at one time.
Wow.
In the 50s, yes.
Now, what's your uncle's name?
His name is Doug Hobart. He helped build the Florida movie industry. If you ever see a movie called Death, Curse, and Fire 2, and the Sting of Death.
I've seen the Sting of Death.
That's my uncle who did the Jellyfish Man.
Oh, be damned. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we come from a showbiz family. You know?
Absolutely. So it's in your blood.
Yeah, it is. It's I never get out either. Plus, I also did some professional wrestling at one time too.
Did you?
Yeah. As the Destroyer, and also I did it as myself too. And it gets in your blood. Show business. You can't get it out.
No, you really can't. There really is. There's nothing like it. That old thing. Once you hear the roar of the crowd and you know,
the smell of the grease paint.
The smell of the smell of the crowd. And
the
roar
the smell of the crowd. Whatever.
And so let me ask you, what have you got coming up here?
Well, we're going to be doing some shock theater stuff. He wants me to tell everything, but we got a couple things on tap. But yeah, we're going to be doing some new shock theater things. I'm going to be hosting an anthology series.
Oh, God bless you! That's terrific.
Yeah. So we've got a few things coming up. There's a couple of movies on my plate too. Independent, right here in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, excellent. Now I understand there was a sad demise. You've been seen all over the tri-state area, and you're famous or infamous.
I'm infamous, more or less.
Hearse. No, the hearse.
The hearse is dead.
And the hearse is dead, and you took it to the car graveyard. And I hope you gave it a proper send-off.
Yes, I did. Yes.
All the blessings, and you did it in the Cape and the Gown.
Just like Freddie.
Okay.
It ends up in the graveyard.
I feel naked here. You know, I do a mind reading act also.
Do you? A mind reading act?
I'm Amadeus Who, a mind reader extraordinaire. And you say who?
Who?
Mind reader who? But and I had a cape, and my youngest daughter's an actor, and in her first professional show, I ceremoniously passed on the cape. You know, so and I feel very.
So what was her first show?
She did Tona and Tina's Italian Wedding.
Oh, okay.
So she plays the bride in that. So, So
the tradition goes on. You pass it from generation to generation.
Yeah, we did Don Jackson and Conrad Brooks.
Yeah.
And I and my daughter did a film together, and she's gonna slap me. I forget the name of it now. But Little Sea Monster. Little Sea Monster.
I saw that.
Did you? Yeah.
That was a great flick.
Oh my God! Thank you. Yeah.
Little Sea Monster. I love that. Yeah. That was great.
So that was her. That was her first. And she loves it now. You know, she just. So it's like you and it's like I. She's got the bug, and
it's the bug.
You know,
we'll die that way.
Absolutely. You better just get comfortable with yourself.
Now, your plans at the Scary Camp here, actually, I think you told me you were going to have a cookout at your brother's. Is that it?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Memorial Day. And everything.
You want to come?
Oh, I'd love to. but I'm going to go to a cookout. There's a child, 8 years old, that has never had a birthday party.
Oh, my God.
And these people called me up, and they're friends of mine, and said, come out and be with the child. He's never had a birthday party. So I says, okay, fine. I'll be there at this cook-off.
Are you going to come in full regalia?
Yeah.
He said, oh my God, this is birthdays are like.
That's right.
I'll never have another one.
That's probably what it is. He's never had one before, but we'll probably never have one after either. But
every 8 years, this man will come to visit you.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a pleasure.
God bless you. Listen,
God bless you too, man. Yeah.
Continued success. You know, and I tell you, I live in Hollywood, California. And we see this guy sometimes out there on TV.
Yeah.
everybody throughout this country and in parts of the world, they know about this guy. I mean, he's a very famous man you have here in the tri-state area. So you're very fortunate, and I wish we had somebody like you out in California, but then there's only one of you.
That's true.
So why don't you come out and visit us?
I will. I'll
get you a guest spot out there.
Okay,
or something,
sounds good.
Well, we're back, and really, as you can see, he's probably one of the nicest people in the industry.
Yeah,
and,
he seemed like a true gentleman.
Yeah, and he actually took time out because he was definitely leaving when I caught him, and he took his time out with me to just talk about movies and things he's been doing and everything. So, but I'll tell you, we were talking earlier about Sid Haig.
Sid Haig, yeah.
And I asked him in the one interview that I got with him if they were going to do a sequel to A House of Thousand
Corpses.
Actually, he said something to the effect that they were in the process of shooting it.
They were, at Scary Camp, they were in production.
Yeah, so really, he's probably one of the nicest. He has been in the industry, I think, about 40 some odd years, mostly drive-in fare.
Oh yeah, Sid Haig is one of the great unsung character actors of the generation. He, obviously he's got a whole new younger audience of fans thanks to House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, and his character,
But
Captain Spaulding.
Captain Spaulding, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But he's been around for years. You and I, of course, first fell in love with him with Spider Baby.
Spider Baby, I'm going to see that movie again.
That's
very
right.
shortly.
You're seeing it later this evening. In fact, a perennial classic directed by Jack Hill. Every women in prison movie ever made in the
definitely
70s seemed to have Sid Haig in it.
That's right, the Cruel Guard.
He was, the Cruel Guard.
Yeah,
or
the abuser of women.
Yes, of course. Tons of movies shot in the Philippines. He told me a story about being in the Philippines and having to, in the jungles, and having to get permission to actually shoot there. They forced the actors and crew to go through a peyote ceremony.
A peyote ceremony?
Where they drank like this blood.
He had a religious experience.
Yeah, well, and they said that they didn't feel any pain for their
from peyote
for most of the shooting.
Right,
yes,
chewing a little bit of cactus every now and then.
No, he said it was actually mixed into like some animal blood or something.
Probably animal
they
blood,
had to drink it. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, so he was going. I mean, he was in like sangria and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and he did that, and of course, people my age group will remember him, though he probably won't want them to, from Jason of Star Command, the not-so-classic Saturday morning sci-fi series.
I liked that series. I really did. But I like bad movies.
Yeah, well, and he was a bad guy in a bad show in that one, let me tell you. But, but Sid Haig was great. You actually will see... Maybe we'll show a small snippet of it here, but there will be a show on DATV and perhaps MVCC called Josh Weinberg Versus. It's a TV show that a friend of ours, Brian Brasfield, has started with our good buddy Josh Weinberg as the star, where he challenges various celebrities to physical feats of greatness. And he challenged Sid Haig to a staring contest.
A staring contest? Haig's going to win.
Well, it's already happened. I don't want to give it away. Maybe I'll show a clip of it here just to whet people's appetites for the actual show.
I remember a character he did, and I can't remember what the name of the movie was that he was in, but he had like a jewel over one eye.
That was Jason of Star Command.
Was that what Jason of Star Command?
That's where he was the bad guy.
Yeah. And the thing is, he would stare at you, and ooh, that backed me down. Okay.
But most recently, I'd heard, because I talked to Sid Haig not just last weekend, in fact, and the Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses 2, is finished as far as shooting. And he said that it is...
So when's the release date?
I guess it's sometime early next year. That would be, I think, Sid Haig said that the House of a Thousand Corpses Part 2 looks to be a much better movie.
Well, there actually is a comic book out called The House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes, there is.
In fact, I got an autographed picture of him inside the comic book. He was selling them at the Scary Camp. Yeah.
And there's action figures of him. I mean, he's made it, man.
Yeah, he really has.
And it couldn't happen to somebody.
Yeah, nicer guy. 40 years in the business. He did a lot of drive-in fare. basically that's where he really started. Those drive-in theaters that every weekend show double bill and things like that.
And he was
in most of them.
every one of them.
Yeah, about every one of them. Yeah.
Well, why don't we take a look at the interview you did with
All
Mr.
right,
Haig?
yeah.
And,
he was a great guy. I loved him. I really did. Yeah.
Very good fellow.
Yeah.
I'm here with one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, at least I think so. How long have you been in the motion picture business?
How long's the string? You walked right into that.
Yeah, I did. I definitely did. Was Spider Baby your first film?
No, that was my fourth film. I've been in this business for 43 years.
And that Spider Baby's become a cult film, and a lot of people have it. In fact, out of all the roles that you have played, which one was your favorite? Or is that a hard question to ask you?
Yeah, because that's anybody with children will understand.
Yeah.
You know, it's like asking who's your favorite kid.
Yeah. But Captain Spaulding, everybody loves Captain Spaulding.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing rumors that there's going to be a second one.
No rumor.
No rumor?
Yeah, that's the deal.
And you're in the process of shooting it, right?
Yes, right now.
All righty. And you got a couple things on your plate too besides that, or what? What are you going to be doing after Scary Camp? Have you had fun here?
I've had a lot of fun.
Well, good. And you showed one of my favorite motion pictures. I love The Black Cat.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies. Who was your mentor?
Mentor?
Yeah.
Well, there were so many people, you know?
Yeah.
The guy that I really looked up to was the guy who was the director, the artistic director at the Pasadena Playhouse, where I got my education. Okay, and he and Lee Strasberg basically started the Actors Studio in New York. Yeah. And then Barney Brown moved west, and Strasberg stayed in New York, and he was a huge influence on me.
So how many movies would you say that you've made?
I would say 50.
50? That's the same as my uncle. There's always one that he would love to destroy. Is there one that you...
Oh yeah, they're going to show it here.
What is it? Is that Aftermath?
Yes, God.
Is that the one you want to destroy?
I apologize for anybody who is about to watch The Aftermath. I'm sorry, I had nothing to do with it. I know nothing, I know no one. My dog ate it, it's terrible, okay?
my they call it Professor. His name's Doug Hobart. He did the film industry in Florida. So that's one he wanted to destroy. So, you've had a lot of fun, and a lot of people recognize you as Captain Spaulding, and really, Spider Baby's one of my favorite motion pictures. You did a hell of a job, man. And
you know, we made that in 11 days.
11 days?
Yeah.
How long did it take to do the movie House of a Thousand Corpses?
8 weeks.
8 weeks?
Yeah.
It's going to take about 8 weeks for this one?
Yeah.
So, if they want to see you, where are you going to be going, or floating from convention to convention, or you've got things going on?
Yeah, I'm floating around at all the conventions. I shop at Vons. That's about it. You know, I take it as it comes.
I shop at those places too. Well, I want to thank you.
Okay, thank you.
For the interview and everything, and thank you for many enjoyable moments I've seen. Also on TV. Buck Rogers is one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So you take care.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye.
All right. Sid Haig, man, what a guy.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to the sequel.
Yeah, he said that it looks like that from just shooting it, he said that it's going to be a better film. He said that he felt like that everything about it was better than the first one. So I'm excited.
There was a lot of people there. Well, actually, you showed in one of the rooms. You showed the one particular film that got you kicked out of Wright State.
Well, you didn't get me kicked out, right?
Oh, you didn't get kicked out.
My alter ego, but yeah, I showed an old favorite,
a friend of yours,
Ghastlee Ghouls that a friend of mine directed, called Soul Pollution, and I also showed I put together, my friend rather, put together a collection of stuff called, we do Psychotic Feed, you see, and we did a special episode just for Scary Camp. It was like an hour long.
Yeah.
There
was a lot of good motion pictures.
So
there was a lot of great motion pictures there. Yeah, one of many that were being shown. And well, another film that was shown, and I was actually in that one, is the Joe Nosferatu, Homeless Vampire.
Joe Nosferatu,
yeah,
Homeless
that,
Vampire.
yeah, we had the theater was filled pretty much. So when
Well,
we
that's
showed it, yeah,
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was hardly anybody in the theater when my movie showed.
Yeah, well, hey,
There's about 4 people.
I wanted to come, but I couldn't break away from the table, man. That was the problem.
You know, it was at 10 o'clock at night.
I know, but it was still breaking. I couldn't break
You
away.
still
from
had
the
that
table.
whip cracking on you.
Yeah, right. I had the whip cracking on me. Yes.
Yeah, no, but it was. Yeah, there were a lot of movies to be seen at Scary Camp.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
The one
was
about
wall to wall.
the word chicken and
Did they show that?
The Night of the Pecker. That was actually the first movie they showed at Scary Camp.
That's
on
right.
Friday night, called The Night of the Pecker. And the guy that looked like Colonel Sanders got killed by that guy who changed into a word chicken.
See, I've not seen that film.
So you've seen the one that we showed one time. That
Blood
was-
Feast, of course.
Yeah, the one where the guy turned into a word chicken. I mean
A
turkey.
word turkey,
rather, yeah.
in fact, in a couple
Actually,
episodes.
we should do a double bill with that particular
Well, in a
one.
couple
Night
of
of the
episodes,
Pecker
we're
and
going to
the
have a
other.
movie from that same director.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're going to show a movie called Flesh Feast.
Flesh Feast.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and that's from the guy who made
Blood
Freak.
Blood Freak.
You
Yeah,
say
that was
so.
the thing I liked about Blood Freak. Was where that guy was seated at a table with smoking a cigarette and telling us of all the
morals
dangers
of the story.
Yeah, all the morals of the story, and
That's the
not to get
director.
involved in drugs and things like that. And at the very end of the movie, let's see, we showed it at midnight that one night
Yes.
at Cinema Wasteland, and the thing is, he got this hacking cough.
He gets this coughing
at
fit.
the very end, and everybody was laughing because he's talking about all
The evils.
the evils, yeah, and there he's smoking, man. He gets this attack at the very end of the movie, and that's how they ended the movie. Him choking and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
It's something special.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was lots of fun to be had.
Yeah, Rock Savage was there. He's done a lot of. I talked to him for several, almost an hour about the things that he has done. The
supernatural.
Yeah.
Rock Savage is a filmmaker out of is he Baltimore based?
I think he is something like that.
Yeah,
and
out that way.
he's made a lot of motion pictures, a lot of superhero type
He's
stuff.
into the superhero stuff, but he's also very into the supernatural.
Yeah, he
as
is
well.
too. Yeah,
He's
he was an
quite a
interesting
character.
people. He really was, and he also has done some radio and things like that.
He's a hell of a nice fella.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Maybe
He loves to talk movies. I'll tell you,
yes,
man.
he does.
Yeah, he's like Conrad Brooks. You ask him a couple questions, and he'll run with it. You know.
Yeah, he's a good fella.
Then,
They got
then your
fans.
son Henrik is.
He was involved.
Yeah, he always is.
Dr. Freak.
Lieutenant Kudo. Lieutenant Kudo. Lieutenant Kudo.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
You have fun here at Scary Camp?
Yeah. You put a little sticker over the red light so no one can tell when it's
Not
on.
me. Not me. It's Andy Cops, man. This is
Really?
This is the perverted world of Andy Cop in this.
I need to do that camera because that's the first camera I've ever had that had a little red light.
Uh-oh.
So what's up?
Just killing tape.
If you want to kill tape, shoot another werewolf from Ohio.
Oh!
Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
His wares and hanging out with a beautiful young lady.
Just yes?
Yes.
You have no other feelings?
Yes.
Yes. You are one of the Henrik Kutos. Lovely harem girls.
Yes.
Will you later be sold to the highest bidder?
She's one of the originals. She can't be sold.
The truth has been spoken.
That's like selling an issue #1 of Fangoria. You just don't do
Which, by the way, I think you can get pretty good prices for on eBay.
Okay. Hold on.
Matt Meister
Go with Matt.
has paid top dollar for one of your harem.
Abe Lincoln
What's he got there?
Just a 5.
And the one. I bid $7.
Andy, that's just fake. 9.
She will work for us now. You're screwed.
$9.
All right. That's too rich for my blood.
2 cents. Hope he's got some pocket money. Prepaid cell phone. Hey!
I'm getting a shot of the Meister's baggage. I better stand up. He's got more credit cards.
Season pass to the amusement park. Oh, yeah.
You are now belonging to Matt Meister.
No, I can't get rid of that.
The kid keeps that part.
Got a library card.
What do you think, Kuto? You don't think, so screw you. What do you think, Amaya?
I will take that cell phone.
It's got a whopping $11 left on it.
Yeah.
You know, he had a little beautiful co-host with him over the weekend.
Yeah, and of course, a good friend of ours was there too.
They were all
he did
good
the freak
friends of
show, the freak show. Yeah, Thomas Neely and
the Reverend
Wolf
Tommy
and
Gunn and the
Robbie,
Wolf.
Reverend Tommy Gunn and Wolf. Yeah.
They did the Freak Show Deluxe, ladies and gentlemen.
And they were fantastic. They really were. I always liked that show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's very good. Where was the Wolf on Saturday night during the performance?
That's a good question because Reverend Tommy Gunn did everything.
Yeah.
And that's they came after the fact on Saturday night. I don't know what happened there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Right Reverend Tommy Gunn, Minister of the Macabre, parson of the phantasmagorical, mouthpiece of the morbid, object of your affections, and purveyor of the more dangerous arts. Ladies and gentlemen, everything. I'm one of the members of the Freak Show Deluxe. The other members will be arriving shortly, but I'm here to amuse both you and myself until they arrive. Every act that you see here on this stage or in front of it is real. None of them are fake. I'm not tricking you in any way, shape, or form. Ladies and gentlemen, I have trained myself. The other members of the Freak Show Deluxe have trained themselves for years to be able to do these and still remain not crippled at the end of it is the best way I can put it. These acts hurt a lot. It goes through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering to make sure they happen. The main reason that we do them is so that you know they can be done without having to do them yourself. Nothing else. The power of the mind can overcome just about anything else in the whole wide world. Of course, my very first act, I'm going to need someone, a volunteer from the audience, someone young, someone attractive, someone who's already been spanked once this evening. Come up here, you. Oh yes, everybody saw it. Your time's coming later, baby. All right, young lady, step up here on the stage.
I love Szechuan.
All right, this little act that we like to call the human blockhead. What's your name, honey? Nobody really cares. All right, Francesca, this is how it's going to work. First and foremost, I'm going to hand you this 6-inch long steel spike. What I need you to do is take a quick feel of it. Not too quick, make it last. There we go. Feel it, make sure it's not made out of rubber, it's not plastic, it doesn't collapse, it doesn't bend, it doesn't fold back in itself, nothing. I said feel it, not fondle it. It's as hard as it's going to get and as big as it's going to get too. All right, so is it real? All right, next thing that I want you to take a look at is this hammer right here. Metal head, genuine hickory handle. My hammer's got a hard handle, and I want you to verify for everybody here in the audience that it's true. Nothing collapsible, nothing that comes apart on it, no mirrors, no tricks, anything like that. I want you to knock it on the floor there a couple times, make sure it works. Not knock a hole in it for crying out loud. It's a rental. All right, is it real?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, she has verified for all of you that it is real. This is how the human blockhead act works. I take this 6-inch long steel spike, this hammer with a hard handle, and using this hammer I will pound this spike, sharp edge first, right into the center of Rachel's skull right here. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Count of 3. Is everybody ready? 1. Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2. Wow. You know, Jennifer, the reason I can't do this for you, I'll tell you why. Because first of all, that's not the center of your skull. You know that biology, right? Who cares? All right, this is the top of your skull. This is the bottom of your skull. That makes the center of it right here, where your nose is, ladies and gentlemen. A very painful thing to pound. This 6-inch long steel spike, sharp end first, with this hard-handled hammer directly into the center of the skull, up through the nose. And since we really only hurt the ones we love, I'll be doing this to myself. All right, but what's her name? Tara here is going to stand up here. She's going to verify for all of you that I am indeed pounding this directly into my skull. And I want to make sure you hear it, but I also want to make sure that you hear this great sound. The sound of the metal head of the hammer hitting the metal of the nail. So I'm going to move this microphone over here. It's not going to cooperate. That's all right. There we go. All right. Check out my nose. No mirrors, no nothing like that? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Yes. I'm going to put it right here, right through the center of my skull. Make Make sure it's lined up correctly. Wait, actually I have to show you first. Notice when I put it up right next to my skull right there, right up next to my head, how deep it's going to go? It goes all the way back. Take a good look. There we go. All the way back into my brain pan. One wrong move, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to be really stupid. Not that I'm not now, mind you. Unless my parents were right all those years, there's really nothing there. Could be. All right, are you ready? Here we go, on the count of 3. All right, here we go. 1, 2. Hey, did I ever tell you about the time I got hammered down in Tijuana? You were there. I don't know who the hell you were. All right, here we go. And here we go. And 1, 2. Oh, ow, oh, oh, ow, oh, what am I, stupid? What am I, retarded? Oh, look at it, there it goes. All the way into, oh. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of that? Even you were on the cheap seats there. Can you see it? Woo! Oh, I think I hit something soft in there. Oh.
Brain matter. Okay, now.
That was pretty impressive, wasn't it, Lydia? Now you girls can all go home and tell your folks you saw a guy got nailed on stage at Ghastlee Scary Camp. All right, but even more importantly, let's say there, Anna, that I take you home and we're having dinner with your folks, because that's the kind of guy I am, and your dad says something like, hey, that guy has a screw loose. Well, we might just have to tighten it up a little bit then, won't we? Yeah. All right, here's what I want you to do there, Rachel. Make sure that thing doesn't bend, doesn't collapse, nothing. I don't know, whatever things like that do. Is it all real? Yes. Swank. It's all real, ladies and gentlemen. Going up the other side. Are you ready for this? Is everybody ready?
Ready.
Oh, and take a good look, baby. This here, watch me get screwed right here. Here we go. And oh my gosh, am I sick? Oh. Over there with people in cheap seats. Oh, the ladies over there. Oh, right there we go, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of that? That's what a master's degree will do for you, folks. Woo! All right, Freddie, you want me to pull it out? Bet I'm not the first guy who said that to. Here we go! Oh, I'm a cruel one. Oh, yes, here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. All right, yeah. Pretty cool, huh? All right. That's because there's nothing there, man. All right, come up right up here. This is what I'm going to have you do right now. Gently but firmly. You're going to grasp the head. Grab the head. Of the nail, and you're going to pull it nice and slowly out. Pull it out in a straight line. Make sure everybody can see. You guys are going to have to move because I don't have to turn it for you this time. You ready? Get a nice hold of it there. Oh my gosh, are you crazy? No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. All right. Go ahead. You're not shaking now. Not nervous or nothing, right? You're all still jittery from when you speak. All right, that's okay. Well, that's understandable. We've all been there. Here we go. Nice and slow. Pull it straight out. Oh, nice and easy. Make it loud. There we go. And oh, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of that?
Great! Fantastic!
Are you going up next?
Big round of applause.
Probably, yes. I'm doing the better thing.
Shake it, assistant.
Yeah, right. It'll come out the other side, yeah. Don't hit it the
pull it out.
I'm going to do the balloons with
The U-turn.
Yeah,
hey, cool. They're still not here. All right. I'm going to start taking off my clothes. Here we go.
Yes, I did.
I don't see a dollar bill in your hand. They're not open. All right.
$1 bill?
And for you, same as always, Dr. Craig. Oh my gosh, it'll be one of those kinds of auditions, is it? All right, let's see what we have here. I have some other acts. Oh, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, that was the classic human blockhead act, right? Using a spike, using a screwdriver, but the modern blockhead has a new twist to it.
There's no corn in there, is there?
Oh yeah. I'm sure you ladies are aware, but you can't, screw yourself good enough to get the power out. All right. Here we go. You You know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend you don't. All right, here we go. I actually haven't done this before, so actually there's a good potential I will maim myself severely. Woo! I know, that's what you pay your money for. Here we go. You ready? Oh, it's going to hurt a lot. Here we go. And
Scream for me. Woo! Man, he's gonna scream.
Oh!
He's in the pain.
Oh, and let's see if we get it back out.
Oh, wrong way.
Ah! Oh, nice. How do you think of that, ladies and gentlemen? Don't see that okay? Here we go. Oh, I got to do it again. Here we go. Oh, that was bad. It was tough to hear the
Here comes the gray matter walking out here.
Get a
Switch
bowl.
directions. Here we go, here we go.
That's the way to remove
Ah,
whatever right there.
there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
It'd be very fun to perform here. We should perform that on each and every one.
That's right, I
All right, let's see. Do I have, I forgot, do I have any other acts for this? What else do I do?
think. The bed of nails! No,
All right. Yeah. All right. Actually, we will. How about, who wants to see the bed of nails right now?
All right!
All right, here we go. This is how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a bed of nails. This is a bed of spikes. I invite any member of the audience to come up at this time to take a feel. Make sure that they are exactly what I say they are. They're not made out of plastic. They're not made out of rubber. They're not bendable. They're not breakable. Step right up.
All right, Brandy. Okay.
What do you think of that? Those are sharp? Oh, yeah. Ladies, see, I knew that they'd all be up here. Don't hurt yourself for crying out loud. Though enjoy it while you can. Some people pay good money for that kind of thing. Oops, are you okay? I didn't fall on you right there? All right. Is it all real, ladies? I get that a lot.
You do.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain to you real quick. This is how the Bed of Nails act works. It's really, really painful. This is what fakirs from India use to attain altered states of consciousness by laying upon the beds of nails for extended periods of time. Some of them spend their whole lives laying on the bed of nails without ever getting off of it. For this particular act, it is completely about mind over matter. Ladies and gentlemen, each one of those spikes is 8 inches long. If I lose my concentration even for a moment, I will slide all the way down until my body rests on the wood and the spikes stick out of the top of me. Now, of course, I weigh, what, 200 and some pounds? That girl's enjoying herself just a little too much. I weigh about 200 pounds, but what I'm going to do is actually bring up some volunteers from the audience to stand on top of me while I am laying upon the bed of nails. And while I'm tended by that young lady right there, she's like, you know, only like, what, 80 pounds or something like that? Now, I think we need something. How much do you weigh, Chief? How much do you weigh, boss? What, two of me? You weigh 400 pounds? Really? It's been a long time since I didn't want someone to weigh 400 pounds on top of me. You know what the biggest... I'm glad all the little kids are... I haven't had someone of that much weight on top of me. Actually, since the X-Fest last year, I did the X-Fest. I had 2 professional wrestlers standing on top of me. It was a combined weight of over 500 pounds standing on top of me while I laid upon the bed of nails. It was a great big barrel of laughs, I'll tell you. But what I also need is someone who's somewhat sober, someone that I might be able to. No, you're out, camper. Look at you, you can't even stand up over there. All right. Your parents know where you are? Anyway. You in the disturbed shirt. Come here, come here. This is what I'm going to have this gentleman do, is here, assist me. Will you come on up here too? All right, let me put this thing down before I hurt someone.
Do it front or back?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it?
Front! Quiet that thing down a little.
Oh, I want this guy from the front for sure.
Front or back?
All right, this is actually what I'd like you to do. What I'm going to do is lay on the bed.
He does the throttle, which is just the most dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
Step up with your other weight right there on the stomach. You can say, make sure you keep your balance. When you feel like you're just step up. Okay? Any questions about that? Ever done this before? All right.
Come on, you have to.
Everybody then, cool. All right. Feel pretty comfortable with this? Good, that's great. All right, me too.
Oh, yeah.
You kept trying to push her over?
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah.
Over the
I just kind of marveled at what she wore and didn't wear.
Arm in arm, one's manager and one's the other manager, too.
Oh, it's wrestling?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw
at
this
the
lady.
convention. That's the lady that was with the film producer.
Oh, Heather, yes, our
yeah.
ring girl for
Yeah.
the staring championship.
Yeah, right. The one where there were so many guys gathered around her table, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this young lady, Heather, she seems to be a sweet young girl.
Yeah.
She's getting herself started as an actress.
Yeah, she's going to be a kind of a
screen queen.
Screen queen. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what.
Well,
she's
she wore these pants, if you can call them that.
That were
revealing it.
Using a word that Reverend Zealot used, holy.
They were very holy. They were blessed, if you might say.
Yeah, they were blessed.
And
yes,
they caught
yes.
the attention of many a man. And
many a man, including film crews, everything else.
Film
it was like,
crews,
yeah,
yeah,
right.
it was.
Yeah.
That's
There were kids here. Check me out at www.heatherlydavis.com.
You know, after a while, truthfully, it was a little pathetic.
Well,
I mean, it's not her.
My
but
camera
the
ran out
trail
of juice, and I couldn't actually go over and interview her, but I really
Yeah,
wanted to.
he ran out of juice.
Yeah.
That's funny now.
Yeah, I did run out of juice. Yeah, but
So we'll show you a little bit of Heather here. You can see.
Yeah, right, yeah.
See what the fuss was about. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the freak show.
Yeah, the freak show.
That was went on, and that was all Tommy Gunn's show, man.
Yeah, on Saturday night. Yeah.
Saturday
yeah,
night.
Yeah.
I only caught part of it.
Yeah, and I kept yelling, do the shaker box with all the broken glass and everything, but he wouldn't do that.
I don't know why, but
Yeah.
we got that whole show, Dr. Creed.
Do you? Freak show?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we should show that sometime.
We
because
should show it right now.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's do it.
You think we should?
I think so.
I think we should.
Yeah,
Let's show
yeah.
Tommy Gunn, ladies and gentlemen, and doing the Freak Show Deluxe.
The Freak Show Deluxe. Yeah, great. He's fantastic.
Good, that's great. All right, me too. Same page.
Sign the policy. Okay, now.
Yeah, everything the creep. We don't care.
Something happens, everybody run. Ladies and gentlemen, to prove to you that I am actually not using any protection in this act, I'm actually...
Do I really need to see this?
What I'll do is do possibly the scariest thing you'll see this entire weekend. I'm going to take my shirt off. You see, I'm not like armor plated or anything like that. But this act takes a really, especially with the weight stuff we're going to be dealing with here, a lot of concentration. It's going to be very difficult. Save the scream and whoop until it works.
Full frontal.
Right here, steady myself. Step right up to the edge of the wood right there. Yeah, sir, you step right next to me. Get your hand on the shoulder, the other hand in your pocket so you take your balance. First foot, right here. When you're ready.
Woo!
Too, I'm guessing. What do you think of that? Was that pretty impressive? Ever seen anything like that before? not done yet. Oh no, gentlemen, don't go away. Come back.
It's the frontal. Okay.
Well, actually, now let's do this. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the deal. That was on my back. The spinal cord, the rib cage provides some protection. Not when I lie face down on the bed of nails. Ladies and gentlemen, you control yourself, young lady. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how this works. It's much more dangerous. Actually, the chest wall is only 1/8 of an inch thick, right above my heart. That is right here, in this spot right here, and rest assured, out of 500 nails, there will be one sitting right there. I will lie face down on the bed of nails, and then what's your name? BJ? This is BJ, and your name? Philip? I'm using their real names because they're holding my life in their hands right now. Philip's going to assist BJ to stand up on top of me while I lie face down on the bed of nails. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll probably not get to see this anywhere else. And if it goes really badly here, you'll definitely never see it ever again. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you? Just a second. Should have worn my cup. All right, here we go.
That's cheating.
Ready when you are, sir? One right there on the back there, right below the bed, too? Or right on it, but that's oh, all right, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. All right, a big round of applause for these guys as they exit the stage. Well, and the rest of them still aren't here. Oh, I see Death is here. Obviously a little late to catch me on the earlier act.
Okay.
But he may get his chance again. Oh yeah, I can't put my shirt back on. There we go. Beer money this evening. Who's up for some hero beer money this evening? Who's got $1? You got $1? Young man, come right up here, over around here to the side of the stairs. Who else has $1? All you need is $1, ladies and gentlemen. $1. Step right on up to the stairs right here. Hey, hold on, wait, I may have $1. Do I have $1? Right there. Don't move. I have $1. Wait a minute, how much? No? Okay. $1? Line up behind this young man right there. Who else? I got $1. Who else has $1 and no self-respect? Get on up here. Hey, spit that thing!
They're going to stay down.
Got staples? Good God Almighty, people say. Why doesn't he put his shirt on? I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little act we like to call the human bulletin board. Here's how it works. Each person with $1 in their hand gets to step up and using this industrial stapler. Watch your eyes. Gets to staple
$1 bill.
their $1 bill to me in a place of my choosing. After all, it's only $1 for crying out loud. How much? It's still not enough, son. I know the places you're used to frequenting, but that doesn't buy you a lot these days. All right. Step up, Chief. Alright, let's go through real quick. Let's go through how staplers work. This is the top. It's where the staple comes out. Oh, you'd be surprised, and some people have been drinking a lot. So, there's even a little picture of a staple. Picture of a staple on top. You're going to line it up right in the center of George Washington. Boom, and you get to do one staple. You ready? You ready? What's your name? Nick! You're number one. Awesome, man. Hey, good, Nick!
Do that by all means.
Right there in the face, if your friend hadn't said that. Right now, right between George Washington's eyes. Let him have it. Oh, yeah, baby. It's there, ladies and gentlemen. How many more people we got? Oh, it's you! Get the line, I guess. Where's this kid's parents?
That's Brandy!
Okay. Currency is cheap. I mean, look, he's pouring out himself a steak.
Right on my heart. Oh my gosh! Thank you very much. There we are, ladies and gentlemen, yet another one.
I'm enjoying.
How much is the beer?
Boy, I really wish you guys would get back here. Well, here they're like easily $20 each, so.
Alright. $20 for a beer? Yeah, right.
Can you guys see over here? Can you get this on the
He has been having the best time.
Let me have it. Oh! They're so good. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. You, young lady, what's your name? Great, Erica. Come here. Really? Here, you take this thing. There we go.
High school graduate. There's a wedding reception. Also during the building, which is the best.
All right, you're going to step to this side, so let's people over there. Stay alert. Right between George Washington's eyes. Ready? Well, let me have it. Like that? Make sure she doesn't pass out. Put your head between your knees. All right, young lady. How about right into that? Does that sound good? Yes. There we go. All right. You ready? Nicely done, except George Washington's eyes are somewhere down here. Anatomy, so let this girl be a doctor. Okay. Come right on up here. 73. Spaces are getting some sort of legal trouble here. All right, here we go. Take this thing.
You should have a nice,
Respectable
plate
There
toy.
we have it. Oh!
Give it to him good, honey.
What's your name? Kristen? It's going to traumatize you for life and need psychological counseling and that? Just dollars on it. All right. Right between George Washington's eyes, let him have it. Oh my gosh, thank you. All right. It's your turn. What do you think?
Give it to him good.
She doesn't.
Put that in here.
Bring up a 5.
That's sweet.
Staple it to her head? Who wants to see me staple it to her head? All your friends are there like, oh, got a big explanation too. I said, oh, I'm in your head. I'm in the other one. All right. I'm going to let you stab me right on the gut, right in the solar plexus. I had Mexican food for dinner. I might just eat it. Okay. Ready? Right in between the eyes. Oh! She wants to do it again. That was wrong. Wrong! All right, go ahead. Get right up on there. Well, it worked fine before. All right. Right there, I'll try it again. Oh, that worked. Oh.
Yeah. Got enough for a beer now?
Hey, boys.
It cost you $20 for a beer.
Preoccupied. But it depends on where you're going, I guess. Right there, George Washington's eyes. Look, she's like in one of these fields and stuff like that. All right, Tessa, come here. We'll let you do the other side right there. Right there. You ready? Everybody ready? Here she goes. Oh, right in my heart. All right. Are you back? Oh, it's yours. Yeah. Nice. That swing. Yeah.
So wait, he's got $1,000 bill. Right here.
Does he? Oh, that's good. That's 1,000 staples. Ladies and gentlemen, a $5 bill gets you 5 staples. A $10 bill, 10 staples.
How about a $20 bill?
Baby, if you got a $20 bill, you get a lap dance and as many staples as you want. Are you ready?
I got a 20. Okay,
Oh yeah, give it to him good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's them?
Oh, look, he's like going.
I got a 20.
I'm waiting. There's a couch in the back room. Anyone else? All right, ladies and gentlemen, now comes quite possibly the worst part.
Pull them out. Okay.
Well, that's coming later. Let's run with these beers. Each one of them has to come off. You ready? Take a look. You can see him pulling. You can see him pulling, and more painful than I was expecting. All right, $1 bill. All right, we'll take him off the arms. There we go. See the flesh pulling around each industrial staple as it pulls from the skin.
Office.
Oh, it's heads and 2 level bills. Let's make sure we don't cut
Where's my craft
There we go.
spinner?
How about the next one? The next one?
Power staples.
Nail gun, anyone?
With each
Pierce your fate to the floor. Would you like that?
bill.
What would that cost?
I'll be going to 1470.
Thank you, guys. Have a week. I think you guys have a look.
No.
Oh, man.
Have you ever thought of having staples for your corporate sponsor?
Staples for a corporate sponsor, wouldn't that be pretty cool? Oh. Yeah, well, you know, it's the overhead. That's the problem. Okay, now come.
Take it all off, baby.
He was across the way. He's right here.
That's a you baby.
Go.
Did you wear
Doing so good.
Oh, there
Was I right about the shirt or what?
It's on a file of my computer conference.
Because I have one.
Yes, I do.
What I'll do, maybe when I get home, or you can just mail it at mail.
Yeah, fill up a disc, send it to you, send it right
What does it say?
Yeah, we'll do that.
we go.
So I'm just clicking and
Who was it who stapled me in the gut?
So what exactly, what else is he done to himself? Oh yeah, that's blood.
How was your walk?
Oh, it's bones.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
We want the lap dance. Come on.
There was this time when I really wasn't feeling too good about myself, and they gave me this jacket so I could show myself. Hey, Ghastlee, come here for a second. Ghastlee! 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 Give me up for a second.
Sure, yes, sir. I'll give him a straight jacket. Okay, now.
The kids actually know.
So they gave me this jacket. Into these. I know. It's like, it's good to know how to do this particular stunt. Many of the horror host underground guys who are here. Woo!
And gals.
Ladies and gentlemen, these work because by pulling the arms around you in the way that they do, it makes it almost impossible to get out of them. That's why the model of the straitjacket has not changed in hundreds of years. Dude, are you tying that thing right? How drunk are you? You're lining up the right ties? You're like tying the top and the bottom or some freaky thing like that? Not your girlfriend. Or his wife. Easy. Oh, right. Hey, yeah, be cool. Be cool. All right. I'm with you. That was no lady. That was no bad. So, the next. No. I like that. Let's try it the other way and see what happens.
You got the crotch rope? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yes, thank you.
Pull. That's tight right there.
Usually we do something on like a time limit, like a safe is going to fall on somebody or something if I don't get out of it. Oh! Some people pay good money for that kind of treatment. All right. Here to take that clip out of my hair. Take that clip.
Don't forget the under.
It's fine. All right. Yeah, the crotch strap. You could reach down there, baby.
Yeah, the crotch rope. Give it to him.
Look at me. Oh!
Thank you very much. That was great.
Use your knees to tighten this. Okay.
I can't turn around and look and see what he's in the picture.
Tighten it, Ghastlee.
Boy Scout.
I'm talking about time.
All right. Oh, not the other Boy Scout thing. All right.
Oh, you all been to camp.
Dress left. All right.
Is he speaking high yet? Okay.
No, what do you mean?
Hey, guess the gold, buddy.
All right.
I think it's one of the things the cops do when they pull you over.
Attack of the living dog.
Get him, Reverend. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, good for you. I'm not. Hold on.
Good for you.
I gotta step in.
Hang to the left. Hang it low. Ooh, Lord, Father.
Great job, boss.
He's getting out of it.
You should have pulled it up.
Every time, okay?
Ted, did you pull that? Did you pull that across the garage?
Your Boy Scout.
You'll never have children. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, shoulder. This is all this.
I think I'm chafed now. There we go. Ghastlee, thank you very much. Nicely done. Well, hell, you guys, it's after 10 o'clock. What time is this shindig over with? We got about another hour.
You're not bloody.
Well, I think then we're done. Ladies and gentlemen, the Right Reverend Tommy Gunn from the Freak Show of the Luck.
Oh, man.
Yeah, actually,
That stapling thing, what did you think about that,
that
Dr.
stapling
Green?
thing. Somebody stapled a $20 or a $50 or $100 to me, I'd go
But if they
do that. Yeah,
if
right.
they stapled a 20, though, they got 20 staples.
That's true. I'd take it.
I don't know if I would. Well, you know what?
I'll tell you the one that I liked
Bad
is
straights. I would actually.
Well, he he had a cure for sinuses of driving that doggone
That nail.
that nail right up his nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
rough.
one way to get rid of sinuses.
Rough
And
stuff.
also the passages that go with that. But yeah.
So I would say, I mean, overall, that
We had a lot of fun at
darn
Scary
good show.
Camp. Unfortunately, there wasn't as many people
Yeah.
as we would like, but it was also the first show
first
that we've
year.
done, first year, and always, as Ken says, the first year is probably the worst. And
Yeah, because it has to develop.
yeah, it has to develop, and then the word has to get out. But everybody I talked to at Scary Camp that came, I mean, I talked to a lot of the fans and then the people that came to the thing, and they really enjoyed themselves because basically we made it like a 3-ring circus.
It indeed was.
Yeah.
There was never a lack of anything to do at any given time.
That's
at
particular
Scary
time,
Camp.
yeah. And then the
It
Carpathian people came and
They were there.
They told stories and
Right.
to the kids, ghost stories and things like that.
Yeah, and there was Jeff Crole was there doing
Yeah,
makeup.
Jeff,
In fact, you
yeah.
got an interview with Mr.
Yeah, I
Crole.
did do an interview with Jeff.
Why don't we
Jeff,
see that?
Yeah, okay, that's great.
Jeff's
yeah.
a good guy.
Yeah, Screaming Skull.
Screaming Skull.
Illusions, yeah.
Illusions,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So let's
yeah,
take a look at that.
Hi, I'm here at Scary Camp. This is Dr. Creep, and here's my good friend Jeff Crole. And you see his piece of art there. You can say piece of art because it's like gashes on her arm and everything else. And she actually did want to stunt. What is your name?
Katie.
Katie, it's Katie, and she wanted him to do something like this. Jeff, you've been in this business for how long?
For about 10 years.
10 years, and how long have you known me?
Oh gosh.
20 years,
Dare we
I know,
say?
yeah. No, we won't say, yeah. You did a lot of haunted houses around the area.
Yes, I did.
And you've been in makeup, and you were at Universal Studios.
Yes, I was at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida.
What'd you do down there?
Did all kinds of makeups for their shows, the theater shows, and for the Halloween Horror Nights. Did all kinds of character makeups, and injury makeups, and you name it, we did it.
And you have your studio, there it is,
Yes, I
Screaming
do.
Skull Effects Studio.
Yes, I do.
Yes, and you also do punk work and things like that, where you build skeletons and things like that.
Yeah, I build props, make Halloween masks.
You're available for
vampire
parties and things like that,
Yes,
too.
I am.
So if we would want to get hold of you, exactly where would we
grab
go?
my arm.
Okay, I can do that
Okay,
anytime.
there, you got a
But
hold
the
of me
thing is,
now.
you got to finish this up here. I can just see you're going to McDonald's and asking for a Big Mac or something, and people seeing the arm there. I remember the time that you did a full effects makeup, and the eyeball was hanging down on the gentleman, but he never told his mother that he was going to do it. And he ended up coming home and knocking on the door and saying, "Mom, I'm home." We've never heard from that person. That was the last we ever heard from that kid. Mom maybe used a shotgun or something like that. Ooh, that's I'm getting sick here. But you have a website, don't you? How do they get in touch with you?
I can be reached by telephone.
By telephone? What's the number?
937-233-8889.
That number again in New York? No.
Yes.
What's the number?
Yeah, it's 937-233-8889.
And on the other side, that's not a makeup job. He actually hit her. No, but he gets frustrated from time to time. It's one of those things. He's an artist. So, hey, thanks for...
Thank you.
For being with me. Actually, you're under contract. We forgot to tell them that.
Oh,
You're under contract to me.
That's
Okay,
right. Yeah,
so,
I'll
so I
pay
can
you
call
later.
on him anytime.
I'll pay you later.
Okay, all righty. Hey, take care, Jeff.
All righty, thank you.
You look lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's...
So yeah, as you can see, Dr. Creep, or as you were there, as the viewers at home can see, it was a hell of a show.
It really was.
It was a hell
And
of
you
a show.
added to it, too. I saw all these women hanging around you.
Well, there were a few times. They were kind of drawn to me.
Yeah,
but
they
just
were. They
wanted
really
money.
are.
That's all it was. They heard I had cash.
It was
which wasn't true.
well, actually, it's your sexual charm. That's what
No. It was the money thing. Trust me. they thought I had cash, but
Is
I
that
did
right?
not have
Okay,
any,
yeah,
and they
right.
found out, and you saw by Sunday they were gone.
Were they? Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people gone by Sunday, but we
that's
won't
true,
go there.
but-
Okay, now.
But with that, I do want to say, and maybe I shouldn't, but I'm gonna anyway, because I'm a rabble rouser. I'm a troublemaker.
Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah.
I'm a lyrical gangster.
Yeah, lyrical gangster.
And,
yes.
and I'm gonna say it. Dayton has a problem with fun stuff, Dr. Creep.
That's true,
I don't
they
know
do.
if you've
I
ever
don't know.
noticed
Yeah, I
this.
noticed
You've been
that.
around here for years. but the city of Dayton, the residents of Dayton, they don't
get into things.
Yeah, it's like
Like
after
horror
it's
conventions,
over,
yeah.
then they go, man, I didn't know. I'd like to have been going to that. Well, how didn't you know? It was on the nightly news.
Yeah.
It was in the major newspapers. It was on radio stations.
It was on TV in different areas. You know, Simpsons, things like that.
During
Yeah,
the
right.
Simpsons,
Yeah.
Mr. Muir did about 14 shows with
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah,
on.
right. Yeah.
There was no reason people didn't know about it. They just didn't want to get off their drunken butts
And come to the thing.
and go.
And they missed a great
And
event.
they
They
missed
really
all
did.
this fun stuff
Yeah.
that we've been showing is what they
Yeah.
missed. And you know what else happened that same weekend, Dr.
What
Creed?
happened that weekend?
One of my favorite hangouts.
Yeah.
My personal favorite hangout in
1470
1470
closed
West.
their doors.
Closed their doors forever.
Here we are with two of the people that survived the closings of 1470s. Mike, what did that mean to you?
1470 was probably the greatest club I've ever been to in my life. For 10 years I was there. It was the closest thing to church I've ever known. So many friends there, so many memories. The best music in town. We all cried when the last song was over. I cried on the way home. I cried this morning in the shower.
All right, and of course now we're here with filmmaker Andrew Kopp.
He's not exaggerating. It was the best place in town to go and groove and get your thing on. And you know, like Mike, I've been going for over 10 years and grew up there. Met a lot of chicks that rejected me there, and you know, I'm gonna miss it. It was good, but me and the brother, we closed the place, man. We were there the whole run. So was Lou the Xmas Devil.
I've heard. All right, can you guys get together and just say bye to 1470s for us?
Bye 1470. You guys are great. After 2 decades of business, more than 2 decades of business.
They originally became 1470 after Sweetwater went down. I used to go to Sweetwater Club, okay?
There you are.
They had live bands, all kinds
And
of. They had the greatest dance floor ever.
And then they were forced out
Yeah.
of Kettering,
Yeah.
and you know, for political reasons.
Yes.
And relocated downtown and became kind of a nice place. I showed movies there on Sunday nights.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Sometimes. You know, you could go down there on Saturday nights and dance. You know, there was bands. It was great.
It was
a
really
beautiful
It was a
place.
great club. Yeah.
And that same weekend,
There was upstairs and downstairs.
yeah, upstairs would be the industrial Gothic music,
Yeah.
and downstairs they had hip hop, R&B.
Yeah.
I mean, it catered to all crowds.
Yes, they did,
It was
yes.
friendly.
Yeah.
Our friend the Wolf was one of the head
Yeah.
security guys
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
so you
yeah.
always felt safe. And it closed its doors. And that night after Scary Camp, just to say goodbye, I went out there
Did
by
you?
myself rather.
Yeah.
And you know, I saw all these people I knew.
Yeah.
And it was a tearful goodbye. But what upset me the most was that there were 400 people in that house that night.
Then why close the club?
Well,
if there was 400 some
because
odd
those
people.
300 of those 400 had probably never set foot in the place ever.
Yeah.
That was what made
But
me
they
upset.
they wanted to be there. for
It was, you know, it's like people coming to dance on the grave.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
that's
like,
it, yeah.
oh, it's dying. I'm going to be here and do my thing, and I'm part of it too.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that's a sad, sad way to be.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like I wish people in Dayton would just appreciate the good
Yeah.
things that we do and have here.
There's all kinds of clubs.
They're not even, clubs and events and you know,
events, but you can hardly get people to come out.
Yeah, people, you know, even at regular
Yeah,
events, it's
yeah,
hard to get
yeah,
people to
yeah.
come out, and that's kind of why I wanted us to do a show about
Yeah.
Scary Camp.
Yeah.
But people, get off your butts, put down the booze, stop.
Really, you're
smoking
missing.
the
I mean,
crack
you're
pipe,
letting some of the better things pass you by in
get
your
out here,
lifetime.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, and enjoy what Dayton has to offer. We're not the dead town we assume we are.
No, there's a lot of things going on. You just have to look for it.
They're out there. They're out there, and you know, we're trying our darndest to make it happen.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And you know, I just want to see people stop
Yeah.
whining.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing you hear in Dayton. There's nothing good to do in Dayton. Well, yeah, there is, people, and we're showing you it. So just come out and be part of it.
We came to wreck everything and ruin your life. God sent us.
Hi, I'm Evil Dead artist and special effects technician Tom Sullivan, and you're now in the Tom Sullivan Movie Memorabilia Museum. Come on in, let's look around. Why, Here we have some of the originals of my fantasy art that I've done based on the writings of H.P. Lovecraft. I did these paintings for a company called Chaosium Inc. that produced role-playing games featuring the works of Lovecraft. This is my first cover. It's the lost city of Relay that has risen up out of the ocean. There's some little explorers unaware they're going to their doom. Here's a Hulu Now cover for a role-playing game. It's tentacles attacking everything. Lots of tentacles in my work. Here's more tentacles attacking two investigators in the 1920s. That's a rough caricature of me. This is another painting I did for, it's a Shadow over Innsmouth. We're going to retell the story. And this is a slave mother and her little slave babies that have been murdered. And if you notice, they have a slightly different non-human physiology, owing to the corruption of their genetic traits. This picture down here was originally painted in 1980. It was inspired by the 1980 Republican National Convention where Ronald Reagan was nominated for president. It represents totalitarianism, which I think Ronald did a great job of bringing us. Thanks, Ron. Ready? Here is the Cthulhu sleeping. He sleeps under the ocean. When he hears his name, he will rise up. And when you hear the call of Cthulhu, it means the doom of mankind is at hand. Well,
just beautiful works.
Here is a painting of a deep one, a priest with a little baby human. When the deep ones commingle with earth women, with human women, they give birth to human babies, and they're human until about age 30 or so. To over 3 years, they will turn into more deep ones, and then go back and worship Cthulhu in the city below the sea. Here we have Cthulhu rising, keeping with the Cthulhu theme. He's rising up out of the ocean and will soon give his call. Here's a Wendigo, Sasquatchish kind of character. Here's more tentacles in a Cthulhu book called Cthulhu Australia that I have done. Lots of tentacles. Here's fungi from Yoggoth. Odd little alien creatures. This is called Spiders, all about fear of change. Once you're a spider, you're okay, but getting there is real scary. Miskatonic University, based on my home old library that hometown had. Now a magic museum. Here's Nyarlathotep, and from another H.P. Lovecraft game book I did. And this one is called The Asylum. And cartoonist Gahan Wilson wrote favorably about this. He thought it was a pretty funny kind of picture. I haven't met him, but I'd love to thank him. These are basic, just arbitrary little miscellaneous art from that I did for Evil Dead 2. My shooting script from Evil Dead 1. I have to draw on everything. These are some designs I did for the Rotten Apple Head in Evil Dead 2, the thing that comes through, the big thing that comes through the door. They didn't use any of them, but I like this one a whole lot. The exaggerated Bruce Campbell big head type of thing. These are the lost pages, the original hero copies from Evil Dead 2. They kept in a glass case. There's Ash, he who will deliver us from the terrors of the Deadites, Kandar Castle, and Rotten Applehead. This is some of the fan art that fans have done. Jason Griff created this marvelous Evil Dead board game. There's 2 copies, I have one of them. It actually works. You have to go around and collect the book and the dagger, the shotgun, the tape recorder, the necklace, all these artifacts. But at the very end, the first person to throw their Book of the Dead card into the fireplace is the winner. Here's the big display case. Here's the dagger from Evil Dead 2, Seen Better Days. Here's some of the ghosts. They're made out of Sculpey with aluminum wire so I can animate them for the beginning of Evil Dead 2. They're the ghosts that rush out of the vortex in the very beginning. Here's, we made a Super 8 horror film to raise money for Evil Dead called Within the Woods. And in it, Bruce Campbell plays he plays Bruce, the person who gets turned into a monster. And at one point his hand is nearly severed and he bites the rest of it off. Gory scene. This is one of the stop-motion animation books of the Dead for Evil Dead 2. Here's the original Book of the Dead from Evil Dead 1. Seen Better Days. Art's in great shape, but the cover's melted about 10 years ago. Here's a mask from the meltdown of Evil Dead 2. Ted Raimi, Sam's little brother, wore that for one shot. Here's the tongue that comes out of the book and and Ellen's stop-motion figure. Here's Ellen Sandweiss's gloves from Evil Dead 1. They're pretty gooey now, but they were gooey back then, actually. Here's one of the Cheryl's melted faces. We had a couple of, this mask here was for what we call fake chefs, people who are standing in for actors who aren't there at the moment. Here's the ankle that had the pencil jabbing scene. It's still in great shape. There's the hole right there. What I had done was hollowed out the back side and put a blood balloon in there so that when she jabbed their pencil, hopefully it would pop. Unfortunately, it didn't. So Sam, while the take was going on, is go, jab it, mash it around, which she did, and that's what's on film, and that's what gets people. So they get a little bit of blood out of it. Here's Scotty's mask. Scotty kind of turns into a dog, so I had him become a dog, more or less, for deserting his friends. Here's the stop-motion puppet of the Deadite from Evil Dead 2, the very end, fully articulated. It had wings and all that, but it's all melted a long time ago. Foam rubber doesn't seem to last terribly long. Here's another ghost. Here's the gloves that I wore in the end of Evil Dead 1 that burst out of people during the finale. There's the Henrietta head. This pops up between Ash's feet in Evil Dead 2, right before the Henrietta suit worn by Ted Raimi appears. Sculpted by Mike Tursick, a brilliant sculptor. Went on to work on Jurassic Park. This is a book that I used for the beginning of Evil Dead 2. It had a cover, a rubber cover of the Book of the Dead, and it undulates and comes alive in the very beginning, and it swallows the camera, and you go and see the ghosts of the vortex. Here's a chalice I made for a student film. Some kids were making a Evil Dead homage film called Return to the Woods. A young fellow named Cohen Phillips asked me if I'd contribute a prop, and he was modestly hoping for maybe a little thing to put on the end of a necklace, and of course I get way carried away, and I came up with this idea that you'd have to hold the cup in a correct way or you die a horrible death during the ritual. Dissatisfied customers. Here is this is one of the stunt copies of the Book of the Dead from Evil Dead 2. We would smash Bruce Campbell in the face with this, so it's covered with his sweat and blood, and if you want to lick it, it's $5. This is a nice display that was given to me by Anchor Bay. They gave me 26 Book of the Dead DVD package covers to paint, and then they matted them. It says 1 of 26, but I think this is one of actually 4 that they really completed. And it's signed by the cast, and it's an honor to have this. It's not for sale. In the beginning of Evil Dead 2, originally, they were going to have a short bit that would recapsulate the events of Evil Dead 1. It got, for budgetary reasons, was canned, but Michael Tursick, who had done that Henrietta head, sculpted this. It's based on the features of Sam Raimi, the director, who's going to play a cameo as the part of Hal, or Scotty from Evil Dead 1. And so this was a clay model that was going to be melted down. I was going to do stop motion animation of the character disintegrating, but since it was never required to be filmed, I hung on to it.
Cinema Wasteland for you guys. You've seen a lot of interviews we've done there.
Yeah, right. It's probably one of the premier ones around the nation.
It is
It's
the premier.
Okay, I'm here with one of my favorite people who runs the greatest cons ever. I get in free that way. But no, it's Ken Kish, and last night he had a drive-in fair thing at the 650-seat auditorium there.
Yeah, here at Scary Camp, we had drive-in movie night last night. Showed Giant Spider Invasion and The Love Butcher, a couple 70s atrocities of cinema, we'll call them.
And they did Stump the Drunk. Did anybody stump the drunk?
The drunk was drinking and got stumped royally last night. Even my wife told me, Ken, if you were just a little less drunk, you might have got something right.
And you did break your foot, or was that something else?
No, yeah. I thought I broke my toe last night too as well. But it's okay, it's wiggling and moving.
Now, Cinema Wasteland will be coming up in October once again.
Cinema Wasteland, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Cleveland, Ohio. You can find your information at cinemawasteland.com.
Yeah, as I said, this man puts one on one whale of a convention, okay?
America's drive-in
Yeah, we're brothers because we love drive-in theaters. We like to see a lot more come back.
Exactly.
So you take care and look for Ken and all. You have that website once again. What is it?
www.cinemawasteland.com. Come on down, join us in October. See Dr. Creep, myself, and the whole crew of horror hosts.
Thanks, Ken.
Dr. Creep,
right,
it's a pleasure.
bye-bye.
It's fan friendly. It's dealer friendly. And it's also those particular celebrities. They're all together.
Everybody's on an equal playing field.
Yeah, and you're not on the second or third floor of the hotel or wherever you are.
Sequestering people away from the fans. No, it's
and we don't charge extra for certain things. Okay.
No, it's all about making everybody happy there.
Yeah.
And that's how Scary Camp was as well.
Yeah, there really was. And as I said, it was actually a circus. We had 3 rings. We had things going. We had side stages. We had the dealer's room. We had the celebrities in the dealer's room. Movies, everything going. I mean, there was bound to be something. And actually, it was family friendly. Really, Scary Camp was to an extent. It was family friendly. And
the Manson family.
Yeah, Manson family. Yeah, no, but really seriously, a lot of younger kids.
Yeah, a lot of kids come by.
Like the Freak Show and things like that. And we had some of the motion pictures were actually funny, especially the one about the chicken.
Right.
The Night of the Pecker.
A lot of good movies. So it was just a good time.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
Good time had by all. And next year will be.
Well, at least you got to see a little bit of Scary Camp. Maybe as a result of you seeing it, you'll come out to Scary Camp the next year when we have it. You know.
I hope so. I hope so. Come out and you know, I've said it before and I've said it again. If you don't come out to the events like this, you've got no room to bitch.
That's true.
About Dayton not having.
Yeah, about Dayton not having entertainment. Okay, that you have to go to Cincinnati or Columbus or there are different places like that. No, Dayton has a lot of things going for it.
Yeah, it's here. You just got to support it.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been carrying it for a long time. You know, doing our part. It's time for you guys to come out.
Yeah, right. Definitely come on down to next year's Scary Camp.
Well, I think that probably is pretty close to wraps up what we got for today.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a full house.
It brought back a lot of good memories.
It was a good time. I agree. Yeah. So what do we got next show?
The next show, actually, I got to tell you a couple of stories about this guy. Richard Kyle was one of my favorite actors. In the early days, actually, maybe this.
Well, don't tell too many stories because we got to have something for the next show.
Okay, he played a character called Ega, and that's what we're going to have next week. Ega. And we'll also maybe give you a vocabulary lesson like
We'll teach cave speak.
Okay, now things like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds great too because Ega is one of my favorite movies.
Ega next time, ladies and gentlemen. Next show is the classic caveman epic Ega.
see you then.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah.